It's your girl Jujue, and welcome to the Juice.
I woke up in a room with the juice. I woke up in a room with the juice. I woke up in a room with the juice. Nigga, I got the juice. Said, I woke up in a room with the juice. I woke up in a...
What up, though? It's your girl Jujue, and welcome to the Juice. As always, I'm so excited to see you guys. We are winding down time in 2024. It's really getting critical, okay? It's getting crazy. It's getting critical. And the word that we're going to end it with is accountability. We're going to end it with accountability. And I felt like this was the perfect word to use for today's guest as we're going to get into her. If you think you're seeing two, you are. Like, if you think you're seeing double beautiful, you're like, oh my God, Juju, how did you get like another beautiful version of you sitting next to you? We'll get into that in a minute. But as you know, I got a great quote for you guys. And that is, accountability separates the wishers in life from the action takers that take enough care about their future to account for their daily actions. Shout outs to you, John D. Lemmy, or whatever. No relation to Zeus Lemmy, I'm sure. But yeah, we're gonna close this year up with the word accountability. Like, we are not walking into 2025 not taking accountability for your actions. If you've done something, wrap it up, okay? Close all your loose ends, apologize, make amends. Do what you have to do, because life is, honestly, all jokes aside, life is getting extremely shorter and shorter. And this is not the time for you to not be taking action into your own life, control in the direction that it goes in. And the first way that you do that is by taking accountability for yourself.
Ate that up.
She ate that up.
Ate that up.
Nah, because anyway, no, it's her energy. She mean anyways.
Ate
But
that up.
today's guest knows all about accountability. I knew she was going to enjoy that. And as you can see, the energy is just bouncing off. She got me acting like a bird. Like, I'm all out of character. It's all over the place. But I knew she was going to like the word accountability. Not just because of the person who she is, but the profession that she chose to go into. Today's guest is a, let's speak it, licensed therapist, okay? But she also has a podcast called the Uncomfortable Podcast. Let's get it right. The Uncomfortable Podcast, where she does have uncomfortable conversations with people. I mean, they be talking about, y'all heard me big her up in my other show, like I said, and now we brought her on the show. But they have conversations about real life, like whether you know how you was growing up, how that may affect you now. She had like a midwife on there. I was tuned in. We was getting into birth control, and she just get into so much, and she has so many Black and brown people on her platform as well, and that's what I really love, because I love a relatable podcast. I love like, it's so informational. What I'm gonna do is big up my sister. I can like literally continue to do this all day, but we have to get into the podcast. I know, right? I'm just like, damn, what we talking about now? Well, one thing I could do is Stop.
God, get me right, sis.
Let me straighten my
What
face.
else I do?
Anyways,
Hold time.
I know, right?
Nah,
stop, because I'm just like, no, all jokes aside, I really could big up my sister for sure. I am so proud of her. I am proud. If there's anybody who I could share a face with, I am so happy that it's you.
Oh, period.
Word. Okay. So, welcome, Racquel Simmons, to the Juice. I didn't know what to call you. It's Keezy.
Listen, I'm all
But since we professional, I wanted to put Racquel Simmons, because Racquel Simmons is about her business, and we about our business today.
Period.
Let me get it straight. Let me get back. So yeah. Shout outs to you. Welcome. You got me thrown. You got me thrown. Let's take a toast.
Hold on, let me.
First of all, toast to you for being here.
I need this glass stuff.
Sure do. We spoke about the merch. We're gonna get into that. We're getting there. Okay.
All right, so.
Clink, 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 like the Braxtons.
Oh, you know I love my red wine.
Yes, only at the
I love a
Juice
red.
Red Wine's Finest. Okay, somebody sponsor
Oh, you know I love a red.
Sponsor me.
Somebody.
Somebody. But anyways, I did big you up, but I do want to allow you to give them just you. You know, who are you besides my twin sister?
Hello.
What made you get into Intentional Podcast? Tell us a little bit about what that is about.
All right. You know what? First off, thank you so much for having me. Like,
Right.
it's such a pleasure. Like, I'm just like, oh, we in the house, Karen.
That's why I'm chilling. I'm like, wait, the camera's just there.
It's not. So, first off, thank you. That was a hard act to follow because I'm just like, keep picking me up. I really love affirmations.
I know.
That's how you know my love language. Nah. But as you guys heard, my name is Racquel Simmons. On my platforms, I go by Key and Racquel Simmons. It's both. Listen, I'm always gonna give you the flip-flop answer because I am both.
Right.
My brand or my overall business is Insession MFT, in being an acronym for the word intentional. So Intentional Sessions MFT, where we speak about what this lovely podcast Jujue just said. All things that, you know, one of my main things that I always say is when we were younger, we were told to stay out of those type of conversations. But now the new adults, we have no idea how to navigate and how to be an adult. And it's really, and this is how we came up with my podcast, Uncomfortable Conversations, because just because it's uncomfortable doesn't mean that it's not necessary to be spoken about. And when I say that, I mean all types of things that we were taught to stay, just because whatever happens in the house stays in the house. But we come out the house and have to still heal from the things that happens in the house that we're not talking about. And so my podcast and my overall brand is to bring those household conversations out. Because one, what happens in my house doesn't necessarily mean I'm the only house that is happening to. And within the Black and brown community, and I'm like, dang, I'm getting too deep.
No, I told y'all she was the truth. Hello.
In reality, what's going on in the Black and brown community and our households needs to be spoken about, because how else are we going to pass down healing instead of trauma?
She ate that. She ate that up. Okay.
Yeah, so that's my brand, you know, overall.
Love that answer. That was flawless.
Thank you.
Amazing. Good for you. Okay. Yeah,
Let me catch up.
I do have a bunch of different questions for you, but I'm trying to get there because you do host the Uncomfortable Podcast. So I feel like, why not have an uncomfortable conversation?
Let's do it. I'm here for it. This is what I do.
Let's get into it. I do have some questions, like I said, but I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to lukewarm it.
Go ahead.
All right. For starters, you do a lot of work with young women. Okay. So I do want to know, how do you get into that mindset of helping young women? And what kind of advice do you have to just not to put them in the right path, because that's a lot to put on, you know, when you say a role model, you know what I mean? The role model starts way before the role I even got this role. You feel me? Hello. So so like that's real big to say, but how do you get into the mindset to helping women or anyone, just being a therapist, that you may have, if you may have not went through that experience? Like, how do you get into that mindset?
So, because we sisters, I gotta put our business out there.
No, we gonna get into that. Oh my God. Do I have enough? What's the hell?
Listen, you started out by saying you wanted to have an uncomfortable conversation.
I sure did. All right, but put out your own tea. Put out your own tea. Make sure you put anonymous. You ain't shit. All right. This was Tia Tamir. We were raised in separate homes.
Oh please,
we found each other at the mall. That's our story. Whole time. That's our story.
That's hilarious.
But anyhow,
that's not true. So without getting into much, but saying a lot. Growing up in a dysfunctional household, first off, let's start back. I'm a marriage and family therapist, and I got into the role because I wish that someone would have been able to come into our home or my home. I wouldn't drag you in. Come to my home.
Her home was a mess.
and mediate, and be able to sit everybody down, because I feel like one of the flaws within the Black community is we don't know how to communicate. And so we'll be so surprised about how just the lack of communication could flawed us in a huge way. How just by a simple conversation we could be healed in so many ways. Just how many times have, as a child, you've been told you're less than, or to shut up, or stay in a child's place, when in reality you're a human and you have the right to have a conversation and you have the right to be answered why. Right. And so when my feelings is hurt, and it's hurt by the person who's supposed to be my mom, or it's hurt by the person who's supposed to be my parent. Here I am, and I'm like, all right, if I would have had somebody just to come in and mediate so that I could have a voice within my own family, I feel like that would have changed the trajectory of the relationship that we have today. So to answer your question about young girls, I feel like young girls have a lot of things to navigate. And this doesn't mean that, a young boys doesn't as well, because that is a whole nother battle. But to speak to your question about young girls, is we have a lot to navigate of self-esteem, of being pretty, of being exposed, being, our bodies developing differently, and how people see us now because our bodies develop differently, or how, the stories that seem so comfortable to be able to roll off the people's tongue of how the uncle is molesting you because your body is developed more, or you going outside and you don't know how to respond because, and I grew up in an age where dark skin wasn't beautiful. Right. And so, we had light skinned friends, or I had light skinned friends who, would make fun of the shades that are darker than that I was, and, laughing at that. And as you grow older, you realize that it's not funny. Being Black is not a joke. Being a woman is not something to be laughed at, and not something to be taken lightly. Like the amount of power that Black women have, whether it's to create life, whether it's to shift and shape and mold the communities that we have, the amount of power that Black women have in general is not to be taken lightly. And so to be able to be that vessel to instill a young woman or a woman that you are enough and you got this, and do you know the power that you have to navigate and shift and shape and change the world? Like, it's huge. And just to be able to be that person to instill that into the community, instead of being the person who is another person to just like, oh, you're a woman, you got this, and you strong. And no, we don't gotta be strong. Like, we could be vulnerable.
What are the qualifications of strong anyhow?
Listen,
getting put on there? Who keep nominating me?
Exactly. So just to be that vessel in the community, to be the person that I wish I always had, is always like going to be my mission.
All right. When I tell y'all she was the truth,
listen,
I gotta watch the fuck out.
No, I'm weak.
Because y'all is getting beat up. Sorry, we gonna circle back, but I'll keep watching. Every interview I'm watching, they is cutting up on Ayana. It's time to pack it up, girl.
Ayana's getting beat up.
Ayana wanted the other. Let me just leave her
I don't know
alone.
nothing about that.
But anyway, no, because I seen the interview. I just seen an interview real quick that had popped up on my Instagram, and the girl was cursing her out real bad. She had to walk out. She was like, I was going to beat her up. She didn't care about her age or none of that.
Somebody was going to beat up,
somebody was ready to beat her up. Ayana, I'm not kidding. Somebody was ready to beat her up. I'm going to have to send you the link. I'm going to send you the link because somebody was ready to beat her up. They had enough of her shit.
Oh, wow. I never seen that.
She's always getting into it. So yeah, she watch out. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So shit. Yeah. Anyways, regroup. I want to touch bases on this really, really, really quick because I want to circle back on the household you grew up in, and I really want to see how that impacted, your decisions and things of that nature. Okay. But because it was a mess.
The household I grew up in is hilarious.
No, I'm just kidding. I was there too. All right. I was there. I'm just kidding. I was just trying to, drag the tea into my story, but it's okay. But I do want to get into something that bothered me because it bothered you, but it bothered the world. And I just want to touch bases on this real quick because this is not CNN and this is not about politics and I don't know too much about it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but I do want to talk about the Trump elections. The Trump winning. It was just like,
might as well have
honestly, it might as well have it because it was very rigged. It was very rigged. It was just like the Mike Tyson fight for me because I woke up and another white man won. So it was just like, it was too much. It was too much to balance, and I was like, let me roll over and go back to bed. This is too much, okay? But I see how much it impacted you, so I really want to talk about why, and I do. Well, all right. First of all, I want to talk about why, because for one, I don't want to put your tea out, but you started the tea, so now we tea for tea.
Yeah, tea for tea is crazy.
We juice for juice, okay? But no, I'm kidding. But you was emotional. You were, crying. You was emotional, and it, I don't. For me personally, being your twin, we don't do. First of all, pause. Don't stop the narrative of if I pinch you, she gonna feel it like. Let's be for real, okay? Listen. But anyhow, but when you hurt, I do hurt. Facts, okay? So, and vice versa. I know that. So,
you better go to war about mine.
We ain't talking about that. We talking about him now.
Oh, okay.
But we talking about war for the country, okay? But, yeah. So, I just want to know why that impacted you so much, you personally.
Okay. So, first off, I voted for Kamala.
Okay.
And I voted for her because of all the things that she stood for. Okay. And just to, I feel like it's time. First off, like you said, not to get into too much, but Kamala has worked in all of the branches. So to vote for someone and elect someone who, in my opinion, is not... the felon aspect is out there. But I'm talking about, in my opinion, it's just I don't feel like he's as equipped to run and be an election again. But to speak towards what you're saying, to my part of what made me very emotional, I was just disappointed. Like, I just feel like as a Black woman, we just get let down so many times, and we have to just start over all over again. Mm-hmm. Not to mention, and the quote. The one that you're talking about is I was crying because I was saying, I'm a Black woman. I'm a woman who is a part of the LGBTQ community. And it's just overall rough. Just to be a Black woman, just to be a woman, then to be Black, then to be a lesbian. It's just oh my God. And then the first things that Trump, of when he got elected, he had, he didn't really have a plan together, but we all knew of Project 2025 or how he feels about the LGBTQ community. And it really affected me because his first statements is about the trans community.
I was just gonna ask you that. Because I'm just how is that your first order of business?
How is that your first order of business?
Yeah, that's your first business. That
do we live in the same United States?
That you talking about trans? He mentioned something about just trans and
gender affirming care.
And now people can go to jail for providing certain medical
or
that's
even being
deep.
a woman and taking away the Roe v. Wade thing, and it's just you're not even in office yet, and the first few statements that he had concepts of a plan before he got elected. Now he got all these plans, and the first one being about
that's my whole
LGBT.
Thing. We said groceries.
What?
We said groceries are too high. Okay, so apartments are too high.
Mm-hmm. Rent is through
the roof. Those are the issues. You come in messing with the trans. I'm not worried about them right now. I'm worried about why.
Bigger fish to fry
Yeah, it's
right now.
bigger fish. Why is the fish so damn high?
Hello?
Like, this is my question.
Why we can't get fish? Like,
Hello?
And so that's what made me quite emotional, because I just felt like this is just another setback. Like, this is another thing. Like, you know, every time you turn around, it's something. And this is just another thing. And he'll be here for another 4 years. So it's another 4 years versus another thing. And it's just like, it just gets exhausting. It really just gets exhausting to be on all my life I had to fight. Like, we tired of fighting. And it's just like, everyone is coming together, and it's like, well, and a lot of the responses I got from that post is like, no, we gonna be good, we gonna fight, we gonna do. I'm tired of fighting.
Yeah.
Like, why we always gotta fight? Why can't we?
Then they sent out a plantation message. I don't know who was in charge
then
of
we
that.
Got text messages on
but
that.
we here.
And
yeah,
then,
don't play.
even in the fact that they're trying to erase our history, because they're planning to take away the DOE, which means that the curriculum
people are out of
changing.
jobs as well. What is that? How is that helping?
Exactly.
That's
they're
really
taking
where I'm
our
bothered
history
too, as well.
out of the history books, so they're trying to erase that.
They're getting rid of TikTok.
Exactly. They're trying
to do TikTok is the history for the kids
Hello,
as well.
TikTok is the Google. Like, you know, this is how we learn. This is.
I don't know how I'm gonna cook anymore without TikTok.
It's just and it's just crazy because if you eliminate something, it gives you the access to do it over. If you eliminate the history of us, it gives you the access to redo it. Like, okay, maybe now they don't know too much about slavery now. Let's do it over. You know, and I just feel like that's whack. I just feel like fighting. We just be tired. Like, you know, obviously, we're going to roll up our sleeves and we're going to do what we have to do by any means necessary. But it just gets really exhausting to do so.
She ate that up. Okay. There's a whole lot of peace going on. Okay. No, I'm kidding. No, but you are absolutely right. Like, I really never thought of it like that. Like, when you erase it, certain things in the book, it does allow space
to do it over. Recreate it
so we really do need to create a plan, like, all jokes aside, to continue to educate our children. Like, if nobody else is gonna do it, we have to do it. And that's what bothers me as well, when people do act ignorant to certain things, or people just, you know, turn the blind side, because you not only turning the blind side just with yourself, you're doing it with your children as well. You know what I mean? If you decide to ignore the problems, that means you're not fixing the problem. You're a part of the problem, and you're not even exposing the problem to your kids.
Exactly.
You know, so what
was the start of the word? Accountability.
Yeah, accountability. Hello? Yes, please. You see how I do what I do and I do it?
Accountability.
Okay, I'm gonna need everybody to take accountability for their actions, okay, for real, because the children are our future at this point. Teach them well and let them lead the way.
Yo, I just knew you was gonna
show them all the beauty. Nah, let me stop.
They possess
inside. Whitney Houston was saying what she was saying when she was saying it. Okay,
when she said that.
All right, so we're done with politics. Okay, I'm gonna have to drink on that one. But back to uncomfortable conversations, because this is just one big cringy episode. If you're not into it, I'm sorry. But if you're still here, subscribe. You know, like, comment and all that good stuff. But so there has been speculations. I told you this was cringy. There's been things going on as far as I know you don't watch baddies.
No.
But you can't ignore what they put out on the internet.
Media,
that's what's wrong with social media.
Yeah,
but I'm still here for it. You can't get away from things, even if you don't watch it. You still watching it. That's what I mean? So that's just wild too. Like, you still try to avoid things, you just can't avoid it.
Right.
So watch the juice. But anyways, so Krishan did mention, you know, like, black families playing home, and we ain't gonna get into the specifics that went on, because that's between her and her family and her Jesus. Shout outs to her baptism and Junior. But what I do want to bring light on is Black secrets in the home. Like, I just want to know how big you feel like this is within the Black community. How big are they on secrets? And then I'm gonna carry on to something else. So we're gonna pause. We're gonna stop. Stop with that. And how big you think are secrets in Black family, and how do you feel like they're impacting the children and just the home in general, or the family?
I feel like secrets is. I think, and I don't want to. I feel like everything results to slavery. Let's start there.
Oh Lord,
everything
back here. How we get back there? Now how the hell we get back in slavery? See, that's what's wrong. When I'm kidding.
No, but I just feel like, because what's the secrets about? I feel like we started to learn how to tell secrets and hold secrets because we would get in trouble if we spoke out on different things. Because the secrets within the household are very detrimental to the children, and so it's about like normalizing the rape culture within the Black and brown community, normalizing the lies, normalizing the mothers out there who don't really know who the father of their children is, and you know what I mean? It's just about that. But that's why I said slavery, because in reality, back to slavery days, those women would get raped by a whole bunch of men and not even know who the father of their child is. And so that became a normalized culture. And now you got Black men out here trying to look for their father and trying to connect the dots and trying to figure it out.
Right.
And a Black mother who doesn't see how detrimental that is to their children. Or just about like, having people around that has done wrong to you or your children, but because they are providing a level of care, or if they provided money to the family, now all of a sudden they had a household, but they're doing wrong to your children, or they, you know what I mean? So I think it happens in almost every, if not every Black family. And I don't know nothing about being white, so we not we not gonna tap into that. Yo,
goodbye. I didn't know nothing about it. No, that's a fact.
But I think it does more harm than good just to even talk about it. Like the situations that I have been in my life, I just feel like if I just would have got a conversation, I feel like a simple conversation could stop the trend. A simple conversation could stop the cycle. Like if we was able to, or if I was able to know like all the things that my mom has been through, or all the things that my family has been through, I feel like that would normalize. It's like, oh, okay, it's safe here, and like, oh, okay, it's fine here. I want to say something, but it's
no, honestly, no, because I was just gonna say it's not. I was gonna speak on it myself because I agree when you said that. It really did strike, like, for me personally, because I have a kid. Everybody knows that. Shout out to my little SJ or whatever. But I did have him via C-section. And
because that's exactly
because when you just said that did pop in my head, because it's just like when that time was happening. First of all, thank you for being there. It's nobody else I would rather have been there. She wasn't in the room with me, but like when they told me that I was getting a C-section, my heart dropped to my motherfucking pussy and into my son's nuts and back into my heart, because I was scared. Like honestly, that was not my plan, and I'm not. This is not even about me, but we're having a conversation about this, so it was what it is. But I had plans. I planned to push it out. Like I watched videos to push. I had like cooling pads because my friends told me about cooling pads, so I brought I put fucking, I don't know, it's my show, whatever. I put pads in the freezer. I put pads in the freezer, because they told me I was gonna tear. Like everything I was preparing for mentally was to push, So when the doctors came in and they told me that, the heart rate and then things of that nature, which that is a whole nother thing of that, we're gonna get into that. But make sure y'all tune into In Sessions, where she does have a doula, and they do get into C-sections, and they do get into the commonness of Black and brown communities and things of that nature. So make sure y'all tap in. So we won't get into that. Tap in, okay? So long story short, come to find out. Everybody and like majority of the women in my mom's side of the family, Except my mom, because that's the only person who I was thinking about when I was thinking about C-section. She just told me she pushed all her kids out, so I'm thinking like this is the way to go. But I'm hearing my grandmother and cousins and this one and that one has gotten C-sections. And if someone would have just had a conversation with me about a C-section and how non-scary it really is, and how my pum pum was still gonna be tight afterwards, I really would have been all right with it. But you know, like the conversations was not there. So the point is, I do agree with the statement that you are making with the conversations. Like it's little
just to have
stuff
a simple
like
conversation,
right.
Because why was that something of a secret? Everybody knew you were pregnant, but nobody decided to tell you their journey because they want you to do it on your own.
Right.
Why you want me to do it on my own? And we supposed to be a community. This is supposed to be my family. You don't tell me to the last minute that, oh, yeah, girl, I had to see. Why?
Right. That took me by.
Like, why? Could you imagine what you could have did with that information?
A lot.
Knowledgeable.
A lot.
You know how many cousins we got?
I'd have been more prepared. I would have had, like, bins. I would have just, I don't know. I just didn't know. Like, C-section just wasn't an option for me at that time.
Exactly. So that's what I mean. As far as secret, it's just like, why... Our family is supposed to be a level of community.
Right.
Everybody knows what's going on. Everybody knew you were pregnant. Why nobody said, oh, let me tell you about my birthday story.
Right.
That could have changed the whole trajectory of your mindset going in. It's like you could have known the questions to ask, known what to do, know what not to do. No, just anything. Anything could have changed. Just what you know, what you should have known.
I agree. Thank you so much for shedding light on that.
Yeah.
Because I was able to get that out. And I didn't even know I had something to get out.
Yeah.
Until I got that out. So thank you so much. I feel like. But with that being said, I do have a question for what you think is appropriate to tell kids, and when do you feel like is a time to have those conversations? I think that is... you know, because now you opened it up. Now people may feel, open to have those conversations. So when do you feel like is the right time to have those conversations? Because kids ask questions off rip. Kids is asking when the babies is born, how they made, and we don't need to tell them specifics. No. Specifics ain't specifics. I made my whole life without knowing the specifics, and I'm all right with it. But,
Yeah, I think... First off, I think every child is different.
Right.
So whatever they consume is at whatever age is going to always be different. But I also think that as they start developing and getting into the stages of life, that's when it's important to have those conversations.
Right.
So here's an example. If you have a young girl and they get their period for the first time, I think that that's the appropriate time to have a conversation about, oh yeah, when I had my period when I was this age too. I was scared too.
Right.
I didn't know what I was about to do. This is what happened. And so that in itself, just that little conversation would have been like, oh, okay, yeah. I'm not an alien. Like, I'm not.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, oh, my mom got her period too. Or everybody gets this normal. Yeah. Rather than being seen like, oh, you got, just handling it. Just like, oh, you got your period. Here's some pads. Here's some,
here's how you put it on. And
here's how you put it on and go about your day. Instead, you could have took that. Exactly. You could have.
You're a woman now.
Exactly.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Right.
Exactly. Now we know all of a sudden you're a woman now, and then what? You know what I mean? Like, what does that mean? All of a sudden my body is just changing, and I can now, have sex and have a child and all the things. But what about using that opportunity to talk about like safe sex then? What about using that opportunity to talk about the body changes and prepare me for the fact that I'm about to have these hips that I never had, or this ass that I never had, and all of a sudden, all the attention that I've never had before? Like, what about having that conversation so that I know how to navigate through it? Right. So that when I'm getting it, I know, like, oh, y'all bugging. This is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I already know. I heard about you.
Yeah, I already heard about you.
I heard about you. Attention.
Exactly.
It's a no.
It's a no. Yeah, it's like just having that conversation. Or a father being able to say, like, their child is, being brought up and they start liking girls and, oh, tell me about your first time. Or, just different. Or being Black, like, having a conversation when you realize like, oh, my child is starting to grow into themselves and get their own style and swag and like what they like and start realizing or telling them like, and this is important too, I feel like, because children don't see their parents as human. Mm-hmm. And that is only, in my opinion, that is because parents don't make themselves feel like they are human. And, you know, it's like, children see their parents as like obviously like superhero.
I was just about to say that because it's Mrs. Make It Happen. Mom's gonna make it happen.
Yeah, and that's fine. And you can also let your child know
that I've been through
this too.
Right.
So you can help your child or help me get through it because it's like, oh, I'm not gonna die. Yeah. You know, children
that's true.
Blow things out of proportion anyway. Like everything is the world is ending, but in reality it's not. Like, no, I went through this too. And it's just the way of life. And so as you get older, the conversations change and the conversations grow. And this is what I went through, and this is, you don't have to be afraid of this because this happens, and this is how you navigate, or this is how I navigated through. What do you think? How do you like have a conversation? It's not a crime to have a conversation with the person that you birthed into this world where you're supposed to instill guidelines and you're supposed to instill lessons, and the society is not supposed to raise your child. Mm-hmm. The teachers, just because they spend time at school, is not supposed to raise your child. The people around them is not supposed to raise you gave birth to someone who didn't ask to be here.
Right.
So give them the tools. What's wrong with giving them the tools? I don't know.
No. She ate that up. And listen, I am thoroughly enjoying myself. As you know, we can chat offline
all day.
I forgot the camera. But if she's I know she's gravitating y'all as much as I'm gravitated towards this. So make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all tune in. Follow her at Insessions MFT, okay, and her regular one, so we can see her personal life and her business, because as you can see, she's about her business. Period. Now, I do want to bring it to a more lighthearted part.
Let's do it, please.
Yeah, I want to bring it a little. I want to take us up. Okay, I want to bring us up. Okay. So, we're going to play a Dajuice game. Okay. So, as you know, I have people play a Dajuice game. So, we do have a, we pick little Jeopardy style game. Shout out to y'all.
Okay.
I host that too. But anyways, so you pick one and then we'll go from there. You answer the question. Please answer as open and honest, and, do your thing, 20 more.
Ooh. Let's do happy hour. Let's say happy hour for 200, Alex.
Happy hour for 200. Okay, so you pick happy hour for 21. And happy hour for 21 is, where is your happy place? That was decent.
What a way to bring it back.
Right? When they do what they do, they do it. Yeah, where is your happy place?
My happy place is, I said home is where the heart is.
Kimball's the loser.
Right. Home. But when I say home, I mean, like, you guys, I'm engaged. So period. I'm about to get married, y'all.
Hey, Justine. Not good.
So I would say she is my happy place right now. And when I say home, I used to be single.
And bubbles.
Yeah. And then I just feel like me and my dog, we've been thugging it out. And now being like having a partner now just completes me and completes the home, and it makes me feel very happy to come home. So I feel like I don't think I've ever been able to say like home is my happy place until now. So yeah,
I'm gonna give me one of those.
Yeah, you said that
No. We don't want y'all. I want my own. We don't do that. That's beautiful. I'm so happy for you.
Let's bring it up.
Yes, I'm happy we got that. I am happy for you. I'm happy to see you happy. I'm hoping that you continue to flourish. I like her as long as you like her. When you hate her, I hate her. And then you love her again. And then I love her again. Because I'm that supportive person.
Hello.
And that's just how it goes.
We
but
don't have to
no. But I am so happy for you, and I'm happy that you got that one because we really need to bring it back.
Yeah.
It's getting dark.
Yeah, it was getting dark. It was getting dark. So I like that. I like that.
Yeah, it was already. All right. Let us know. First of all, before you even get into thank you for so much for sharing your happy place. That was beautiful.
Yeah,
very
that was
happy.
a good way to end it.
Yeah, I really like that. That was very lighthearted. That's how you do it.
Yeah, we need it.
That's how we do it at the Juice. Okay.
Hello.
We get dark and we bring it back.
We bring it back.
Pull up. But anyways, I do want to know what you have going on in the future. But where is the cards? Where's the cards? Where is the game? We was promised a game battle around 2 years ago. Right before the pin. Right before the pandemic. We was I'm kidding.
Oh,
but I want to know where's the game, and I want to know what we have to look forward to in the future.
Hold me accountable.
I'm holding you accountability. Accountability. You
full
see?
Circle. I like
Full
that.
Circle.
That was the one.
Yes. Where is the
one.
game? I love because I see the game getting previewed on the live. Shout out to the live. Make sure y'all tune in to tap in. But why don't we should have been playing?
That was one of the ones, man. All right.
Where's the game? What's going on?
So. You know how you don't got an excuse for
it's that.
Hear me out.
Check into my savings. This was sounding like one of those.
Listen, it's coming in summer, winter, fall.
Sheree, goodbye.
Summer, winter, fall.
Spring, summer, fall. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so it is coming.
Okay.
We were working on. Actually, today was working on all the things.
Okay.
Creating, creating a card game has been a lot harder than I thought it would.
Okay.
And then being a full-time employee.
Right.
Then being a full-time entrepreneur and all the things.
Yeah.
I'm giving you a lot of excuses right now.
Mm-hmm. I'm hearing them.
I'm taking accountability.
I'm hearing them. I'm just accepting it.
It's been a lot. They are coming out.
Okay.
Let's start there. They are coming out.
Okay.
They are coming out.
They're coming out.
I decided, I told myself stop saying when because then...
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
The when been tripping me.
Yep.
So they are coming out. I think being a Gemini, I got too much hands and too many pots.
I get it. No, I get it.
And
If anybody's going to get it, I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
So I really have no point. I don't have no business doing this, but what I'm going to do is put you on the spot regardless.
It's just like, I just feel like I should be like 8 different people because then it's like nobody's understanding it the way I want them. Like, nobody's going to do it the way I'm doing it. You know what I mean? I guess that's still a control thing, but whatever.
So what can we have to look forward in the future? What do you have going on?
During the top of the year, I am doing a woman's workshop.
Okay,
so
cute.
That is happening.
Okay.
So it's surrounding Black women vulnerability. Just overall giving Black women the spaces to teach or learn from each other and teach each other, and just to give us a safe space to cry, a safe space to connect, a safe space to just be, just let your hair down. We don't have to do too much. Just to have fun, just like a good vibe. And so that's something I've been working on that I'm really excited for during the top of the year, especially that's when Trump gets into office. So we're going to need to connect and it's a power in numbers anyway. And so, yeah, that's what we could look forward to. You could definitely look forward to the cards. You could definitely look forward to more podcast episodes. But I want to get in, do more for Black women. I think the podcast episodes are... for Black and brown community as a whole, but I want to be able to tailor my things now towards Black women because there's so much power in us, and it's time to feed back into us. So that's what we can look forward to for sure. Listen, the cards is coming out.
All right. Well, listen. Make sure y'all follow my good sis right here at Insessions MMT and at Keezy. Follow her on both so y'all could DM her and get on her. Okay, get on her like we need the cards, we need the content, we need what happened to the workshop, we need the workshop and all that. Hello, Trump is in office and when there's no workshop.
Hello, there's no workshop.
So yeah. So make sure y'all get into her DMs. Make sure y'all continue to follow me on Instagram at Dajuice.Jujue. Continue to DM me if you want to be a part of the show. Please, I was gonna say please have talent, but that's OD. But please be for real about your talent, because like I want people who are serious about this. Okay, because I'm serious. I'm an artist. I'm serious about my shit. So for real, take accountability of what you got going on. Oh, she want to add something?
I do want to add, because I feel like in the spirit of also just uplifting Black women, I want to be able to just give you the flowers that you deserve while you're here. Give you the flowers that you deserve all the time. Because listen, you doing it. Like you doing the mother thing. You pushed out a baby.
Hello.
And you still here. You still back at it. You get into the swing of things, and you just getting back into motion. I'm so happy. Like I'm just so proud of you. Even just to be able to, you start at the top, like, you know, there's nobody I want to share the face with, and I agree. Like, just like you getting back into it. Like, I'm proud to be Jujue's sister. Like, you know what I mean? I'm proud. Like, it's like, ooh, what she doing? We out here, like, I'm just so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. Like, just to see you in your element, and just to overall just see the glow that you have right now. It's just like, you know, you're doing it. I know it's not easy. I know life is rough, and you're just still showing up. And that's just like the most important thing. Just to still show up. Still show up for you. Still show up for your child. Still show up because you have to. Mm-hmm. Still show up because this platform is needed. This platform is fun. This platform reminds us to just live. This platform reminds us to why we still do what we do. And I appreciate you for just, you know, continuing
to show up. Thank you so much. That really means so much.
Yeah, I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay?
Oh my God.
Shout out to the Juice. Because I will let you finish, but the Juice been doing this for years. We're not going to downplay nobody else. But the Juice been doing this, okay? So the fact that you still out here, still doing it, still motivated. I mean, you motivated me to keep going, because it's like, oh, she's been doing this. I gotta get it going. Like, I gotta step my cookies up, but they crumble.
And they ain't gonna crumble.
They're not gonna crumble. But I'm just overall, I'm really proud of you. Like, you've come so far. And I know you're just scratching the surface, so I'm just happy that I'm on the sidelines cheering you on the whole time.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Well, on that note, make sure y'all follow me, subscribe on all that. Y'all already heard it, okay? Like, I really do appreciate that, though. Like, I love you so much. Thank you so much. That's beautiful. I really do appreciate you. Word. I am Jujue. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on all platforms. And I'm out.